My name is Borpit Intawiwat. I'm the Director of Engineering for Process Technology and Automation. Before AssetWatch was brought on board, it was more of a reactive situation. When the equipment breaks down, we'd be scrambling to find out the cause of why the breakdown occurred, or what made the motor stop. It was like trying to put out a fire, a forest fire. And then when you have multiple of these forest fires, it's just all production stopped. You couldn't get any product off the door. So this facility is primarily to make two-piece metal ink for beer and beverage. That means that any ink that you see on a Coca-Cola can, Budweiser, Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Monster, that all comes out of this facility. Over the years, we have seen that demand for our product increase 5 to 10% a year. And any interruption in that process is our shipments out the door, our customers. And when they don't get product, it's an air shipment. So that adds cost to the bottom line. Preventative maintenance tools have been around for a long time. They're mainly for oil and gas industries, things that run in steady state conditions that don't change very often. In our industry now, particularly in our processes, we have a lot of different motor draws, different power consumptions, different vibrational patterns, things that traditional tools can't process very effectively. And when we talk to these other companies, they're like, well, yeah, we can do it. I know you can, but can you adapt your tools to our processes? And most of the time the answer is, let's try, and it's usually not very effective. When we brought on AssetWatch, one of the key components that they had was artificial intelligence. So what they did was they analyzed the vibrational patterns of our motors, of our bearings, and then this is exciting for us, is that there is a human component that actually analyzes it or confirms what the AI is predicting. Now, without that human component, we're just kind of like, well, maybe it's true, maybe it's not, it's unconfirmed. So as the human component teaches the AI improves and gets better and better. We get emails or alerts multiple times per day. And there's a learning feedback loop in there. And they give us feedback saying, yep, that vibration pattern diminished, went down and minimized. That's the positive feedback, and we can act on it. If we can schedule a preventive maintenance in to replace parts that are predicting to be worn before our next maintenance cycle, that's a huge cost savings. When a motor goes down and we don't have parts to repair it, it's not only the cost of the motor, it's the cost of the air shipment of that motor in, the lost downtime of production. It's a cascading effect that we have no control over. With AssetWatch, at least we have some control over what we can repair and replace. What AssetWatch has done for us is to provide that feedback to enable culture change. In this plant, we have something called a daily huddle. We bring in people from production, people from maintenance, quality. We go through all the issues that crop up during the shifts. At the same time, we talk about AssetWatch. So now we're planning preventative maintenance instead of reactive maintenance. And things started to calm down. We went from a 24/7 into a 24/5 work week, and that made morale so much better. For any new plant or new organization that is considering AssetWatch, it's a feedback loop. They'll tell you suggestions, and you have to act on those suggestions and give them the feedback. Do what they say, provide the feedback to them, and the results will happen by itself.